let's talk Punch Out.
Before we begin that, let's just talk about, this is a passion project of yours.
It was a passion project of mine.
This was like fully led and directed by Daystorm. He was like, listen, we gotta do Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I was like, dang, I ain't got past level 2. He said, you ain't got past level 2. Then this man just hit us with a bunch of references of how you defeat each of the characters. So I just had to get that one out the way.
Punch Out was a passion of mine 14 years ago. August 8th, 2011. So that's kind of where the hook came from.
It's crazy. That sounds like old school YouTube.
Yeah, that is old school. So I took it and just refurbished it for 2025. But then how do you flip Punch Out? Because you already know Mike Tyson's story, one of the greatest boxers who ever lived, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like we need a story for Lil Mac. So we put him in the Bronx, up in the Grand Concourse. I lived in New York for 10 years, so that's why he has the Concourse Movers shirt on.
There's a lot of Easter eggs inside this thing.
He had to have the pink sweatshirt suit.
With the green gloves.
With the green gloves. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to promote health, so I made Doc more fit. Same scene where he runs past the Statue of Liberty.
It starts with the script. It's the idea, then Daystorm writes a whole script, and we're like, okay. Yeah. Now we got to take the script and we literally have to break each thing down. And as we're breaking it down, he's going back and being like, yo, the Twin Towers got to be in this. Yo, he's got to be in the pink suit. Yo, we need a montage of him fighting. That underwater shot that he did was crazy.
The underwater shot was hard to do. It was very difficult. I remember growing up seeing Muhammad Ali underwater boxing. Oh, yeah. So I took the reference of Muhammad Ali underwater boxing.
You like overlaid?
I told ChatGPT to create something of the same elements. So it looked at the picture, studied it, and then it made Little Mac in the same angle. So that was like a whole day. I said, I'm going to get this shot. So when it pulled him underwater, I said, this shot is going to be hard. So
we're literally training the models to do these things, which is like just a fun discovery within itself. And that, even with training it, there's so many hallucinations that happen. And that's when the AI just does something that you didn't ask it to do. So boom. My man's whole head comes off.
His whole head.
Wait.
And they gave him another head.
They gave him a whole nother head, different person. It took me a hot minute to train it to get
get that particular shot. Start with Glass Joe. Glass Joe gets knocked out. He's like, yo, it's Glass Joe. Make sure you add the glass sound effect. So when Glass Joe is getting hit in the jaw, the glass is coming out. Then we went on to Von Kaiser. You have your first Von Kaiser? That ain't Von Kaiser.
That ain't Von Kaiser.
No. How long took you to make those scenes?
Just on one character takes all day.
Yeah, each character takes about a day. But then he had to go and remake the character because I gave him the references.
You gave me the reference, but then you had to remake the reference specifically for the shot that I was trying to create.
Yeah. It's so important to get the characters right because people will look and say that's why if you look at King Hippo, he had to have the tape over the belly. If you look at Soda Pop, he had to have on the briefs, and we had to sacrifice the underwear for the
uppercut.
For the uppercut. So if you look at Soda Pop, he goes low and he gives an uppercut, but we didn't get the uppercut.
I found new ways, but we're looking at films like Creed, Rocky, even anime, Hajime no Ippo. They like to do these dynamic shots. You have to look at how body positioning is. Another thing that's interesting, when you're doing action in AI, it's all about those micro close-ups. So the twisting of the foot, the bringing back of the hand, those movements matter. That builds a sequence that feels effective and impactful.
Don Flamingo was very hard to do, believe it or not, because he has a very signature dance that he does in the game, and then he does this crazy, undoable uppercut. I spent 6 hours trying to get that shot. Do Better comes in like, yo, you do it live, I can superimpose Don Flamingo on the top of you doing the shot.
That's right.
And then we'll get the shot.
Crazy.
The night before we posted, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like this, posing, and I do this, I'm doing this dance, and then I have to hit I have to hit the uppercut, and then we cut the video, sent it to Do Better, and he was able to get the Don Flamingo uppercut.
What? Just shout out to Do Better, but also say we used Runway. We have not used Runway at all, but he was able to get it in Runway.
Oh, he did it in Runway? Yeah, he did it in Runway. Shout out to Runway. The Great Tiger. So
Great Tiger.
The issue with the Great Tiger is, in the game, he teleports and does all this stuff. So how do you bring that to life so people can say, okay, that's realistic? Okay, we'll make him put some type of powder or drugs on his hand. Then when he punches Little Mac in the mouth, now Lil Mac is hallucinating and kind of sees him like that because he's in a daze. That's not really happening.
This is definitely not it.
No, that ain't it. They gave him ghosts.
This Shadow Clone Jitsu right there.
Damn, he goes. What's this, power? So on Firefly, Dante came in and made the board pretty because I'm not organized, as Wes always tells me.
It's super important to be organized. Daystorm will edit a whole timeline, and his footage will be every place. So I couldn't even get the files onto my computer because it's every place. So I'm like, all right, well, we have to edit on your computer only.
But the projects come out dope. Every time, like you go back to 2010, and you gonna see a dope project. I do have to get organized. I'm trying. I'm really working on it. But
that's what Firefly Boards is for us. You know, like when you see our board, like everything is specifically organized in reference images and script and uploads and high-res HQ images to pull from.
Bald Bull.
Look, we did that one right.
In the game, he goes boom, boom, like double leg. He hops like a rabbit in the game.
Listen, hopping would have looked crazy, so we had to make this man like run like a bull. I was imagining like, you know, if someone was holding a little flag out, like how would he run? Like in the game, he does eyes bulging and stuff like that.
With each character, it was so important to get a memorable moment for the character. Glass Joe knocks out right away. If you notice, he fell on the ground exactly like he falls in the game. Von Kaiser fell exactly like he falls in the game. Bald Bull did the eyes opening thing.
That was some Looney Tunes shit.
Yeah, I don't even know how you did that. He did Bald.
Looney Tunes.
Super Macho Man is so epic. I thought it'd be cool that he just giving interviews like, yo, I'm Super Macho. Like, yo, they going, if he dies, he dies. You know, like from Rocky type shit. Right? Dante did the action for King Hippo because King Hippo's pants gotta come off. So when you hit him in his belly, right on that X marks the spot, and them pants come down, that's iconic. And it was important to like make it make sense because how does Little Mac, who's like a welterweight, fight Mike Tyson, right? So now it had to be underground boxing because it can't be the regular circuit, right? Or it's just not believable. So we had shots where the baby grew up, right? But I figured I'd make the baby the same age just so you could get 1,000 extra comments. God damn, that baby is staying the same age.
Why would she bring the baby to the fight?
Why would she bring the baby to the fight? Now the baby's in the hospital. So all that was purposely done. Even when she's in her fine dress and her hair done, you still see the baby.
Hey, you turned into a little baddie.
Easter egg number 1. A lot of people didn't know that his trainer name was Doc. People are asking for Piston Honda and Sandman, who are great, memorable characters. When he walks into Doc's gym, there's a poster outside that says Piston Honda versus Sandman. Easter egg number 2, if you go to when they're buying their home, the for sale sign, there's a code to get to Tyson, the 00737. The code is right on the for sale sign.
Game. This is some Game Shark shit right here.
That's the scene right before you see Mike Tyson. So that scene is set to get you to Mike Tyson. So all these little things, it was just fun for me to do. And if somebody picked it up, it was just like, for them to kind of just like...
If you see that, you win.
When Mike Tyson came out, Wes was
How was that? I mean, like, it looked like, that's prime time Mike.
That was very hard to do.
Yeah,
and then I just started to train it. I was like, I gotta get him to look like Mike because I gotta represent Mike well. In Punch-Out, the ref was Mario. So I had to give him the same bow tie, same outfit, same red hat, but like a real...
I didn't know it was Mario.
You didn't know it was Mario?
I didn't know it was Mario.
Yeah, it's Mario.
I mean, it looks like him, but I was like, wow. I didn't know that was the intention in the game.
That's Mario.
It makes sense. Listen, I'm connecting the dots right now. I'm like, hold up. Oh.
After we get everything together, you have to throw it into Premiere, and you have to cut all of the scenes together to make it one solid, project. What you could do the next one, because fuck this. Get the images with Nano Banana through Flow, the videos through Flow as well.
A lot of action in Luma, a lot of action in Kling, so it's bouncing between these 3 programs. And then we got to talk about the song.
Oh, the music.
You got to talk about the music.
You always got to talk about the music.
You know I got the behind the scenes of you recording it.
Everyone who played the game knows the music from the Punch-Out, so I had to hum it into Suno. And then I'm humming the whole beat, and then I said I want this to be orchestra, I want it to be cinematic. Boom, give me the cinematic beat. Then I go back, write the lyrics, drop the lyrics on top. I rapped it first. Nah, get up, nah, yo. Out of options, eviction notice, cops are knocking. Rats and roaches, hard to focus, so it's back to boxing. And I was like, if I sing it, it'd be dope. And I was like, out of options, Little Mac now. And I was like, that's hard. Everybody who want the song, the link is right here. You can just go check it out.
They get the song?
Yeah, it's on Spotify, Apple Music. You can go
wow.
check it out. Because y'all asking about the song.
They asking about songs.
Yeah, and I'll play a little bit of that at the end of the video right here.
When the world has knocked me down, but I know I got one more round. Nah, nah, get up. Nah, nah, get up. Nah, nah, yo. Out of options, eviction notice, cops are knocking. Rats and roaches, hard to focus, so it's back to boxing.